Alright, this is my next project. I have some weeds here on the side of the west side of the house. I already sprayed and cut with my lawnmower partial, well, all of this actually up to the fence, and I'm waiting for it to kill the rest of those weeds up there. So far it hasn't really done anything with the weeds with Roundup, which is kind of disappointing. I'm going to do sod plugs, and I've done them in the past, and Roundup used to kill grass pretty quickly. Nowadays, I guess they changed the formula and it doesn't work as well. So I'm pretty sure there's weeds under this dirt still, but I did spray it again with Roundup after 3 days of it not really doing anything. But I don't really want to put those plugs in until I get the weeds taken care of. My plugs are down there. I got 4 trays of 18 each. So it should be able to do this small section here. It's about a 17 by 4 section. Each tray cost me $9.99 at a local store. Home Depot wanted $12.99, and their trays were looking dead. So in a couple of days I'll start planning this. I'll show you how to do sod plugs. It's pretty simple to do, and I've had really good success with them in the past. So stay tuned. Okay, it's been about 2 weeks since I sprayed this area with Roundup. I actually sprayed it probably 2 or 3 times in those 2 weeks. There's still some surface weeds, which I'm going to try to dig up a little bit with my shovel or a scrape. Here's one of the plungers I got to borrow from the shop. The landscape place let me borrow this, and it lets you make square holes. You could also use a little shovel, but for a lot I would advise getting one of those, borrowing one of those from somebody. And then usually I use the malignite, but they didn't have any. It was sold out at all the stores, so I picked up some of this Sunny slow release fertilizer 640. It should do just as well. You put a little bit of that in the hole before you put the plug in. And here's the plugs I'm going to use. I got four of these. It should be able to do this whole area. It's a 17 by 4 area. I'm going to try to place them a foot apart. Okay, I also brought a level with a ruler on it. What we want to do is have 12 to 18 inches between each plug. I'm going to probably do about 14 inches. And I brought some paint so I could mark each dot where I'm going to cut into the ground. So we'll see what happens. It's actually easy to do it just by eye. The paint wasn't going very well. What you want to do is put your hole about 12 inches from the existing grass and 12 inches from, in my case, the mulch line that I got there. So I'm going to go right about here. You just step on this thing, twist it, and then you push, and it makes the hole there. You can see there's a hole there now. And what you want to do is do like a checkerboard pattern. You don't want to go like in line. So basically, there's my first one. I put one about 12 inches away. Same thing. Further back, about 12 inches away. I figure I'm going to have at least 3 to 4 lines of these for the whole process. Now here is where you go 12 inches from both, but you go in the center. Let me see if I can show you that. So you see we got these 4 lined, well, these 3 lined up right now. So the next one would go right here. I don't know if you can see that, but between the 2, but below it. You see what I mean? Like a checkerboard. You don't want them to be parallel. You want them to be in between each one, 12 inches. So we just make this one over here. This side doesn't look like it's going to be taking that many plugs. I did this to a whole yard once, so this is nothing compared to what I used to do. This is only about 40 plugs or so, 40 or 50 plugs. I've done thousands in one of my yards. So you just keep doing that. Now you skip over here. I'll show you in a minute if you can't see. So you see, there's 3, then there's 2, then there's 3. Now there's going to be another 2. Now if you have extras, you'll be able to fill it in tighter. The closer you get, the quicker it's going to grow. But you're going to find that even at 12 inches, 14 inches, 18 inches, these things will still grow. They're very, so see now it's going to rain soon. Sooner or later it's going to rain, I guess. So there you go. I'm going to just do this line here. So you can see there's all holes now. And I just vary from the holes above them. If there's a hole above them, I don't put the next one below it. So there you go. Like, I got all those little holes there now. And they're like checkerboard. So now, the next thing you do is basically get your fertilizer. And I usually use Maligarite. It's expensive now. Used to be really cheap, but now it's expensive, and it's really hard to find today for some reason. You just put a half a handful in each hole. Just enough. It's just fertilizer that will slow release, and you'll be able to be feeding it as it's growing, which is a good thing. So I put fertilizer in the first 3 holes here. You pull your plug out of your box and you place it in and stomp on it. And you try to get the dirt like sealing over the edges. That way there's no air in there. You don't want air pockets. So there you go. There's 2 there. And then there's 3 over here. Very easy to do, very fun. Okay, I finished up for now. I used about. So I'm going to do the rest of these, and then I'll show you the results afterwards. St. Augustine plugs, and you can see I have them checkered. I don't have them straight, one in a line. And I might put one more there in the corner, but I got pretty good coverage. This I know for well will grow really well. I got another tray. I'm going to kill that weeds over there and do some of that too, I guess. But these cost $10 per tray at a local nursery. Each tray has 18, can do 9 square feet. Now if you had sod, you're talking $3 a piece of sod. To do 9 square feet, you're talking $27, where this was 10. So it's almost 3 times the price for the sod, plus it's heavy. This is kind of fun to do when you start, especially if you have a small patch like this. It's kind of fun to do. Now I'm going to do some more videos as it progresses, probably after 2 weeks or a month, and you'll see that it'll start forming what do they call them, St. Augustine threaders, where they start stretching. I'm going to put a couple more here though. It looks like I missed a few here. Not really. Actually, I did really well. I'm going to put mulch there actually. So I think I'm good with that. I'm going to leave it like that actually. But it looks really good right now. So you're going to have them checkered. You don't want them. You see how I did 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. This one I did 3, but I staggered them. Let's see how that's a triangle. You don't want them all going down parallel line. This way they spread really easy. So I'll give you a look at it in about a month. I wanted to show you this guy again. It's a plunger, sod plunger, and it's got like a little lever here that you lift, and you push it in, you twist it, and then you pull it out, and then you push the plunger down, and it lets the sod out. These cost about $40 to buy at a nursery, but some nurseries will let you rent it for nothing, for free. You basically buy it, but then you could return it as a loaner and you get your money back. And you might even have friends that have one of these too. If you have a small area, you could use a little hand shovel. I've done that before. It doesn't take very long, and it's fun. So I would advise, if you want to plug your sod, get your sod growing in small areas like this, or even a whole yard like I did at one point. Just get one of these plungers and some fertilizer and some sod plugs. Now I'm going to water this down every day for the next couple of weeks, and it should be fine.